Okay, you signed on the dotted line. You are with this lawyer, and now you want to know, how are you going to keep me updated with what's going on here? I want to know. We'll find out next. Welcome to Attorney 911, the podcast, with attorney Ralph Manginello. Let's get some answers to the most asked questions. We break down the legal issues and provide expert advice to help you navigate life's legal challenges. You might even call us your first responder to a legal emergency. Up next, real-world cases, valuable insights, and practical tips you can use today. It's time to get smart like a lawyer. Couple of questions here, Ralph, that kind of dovetail. How will you keep me updated? Yes, we want to know that because we don't just want to sit out there and wonder what's going on. But the other one is, will you take my calls? Will you take my calls? Yeah. That's part of the updating process. And I think those are two important questions. How do you guys handle that?
Those are great questions, Ray. What probably most people don't know, and not even lawyers or people in the legal industry, is that the most grievances that are filed against attorneys are for not keeping your client updated, not taking their calls, and to pursue a legal matter. So it's pretty simple. I mean, if you're a practicing attorney and you're an ethical practicing attorney, it's your job to not only do what you told your client you were going to do, pursue their personal injury claim, represent them in their criminal defense matter, their probate matter, their bankruptcy matter, be proactive and do what you said you're going to do, but also you have to keep them abreast of what's going on in their case. It's been my standard policy at our firm for, over 25 years now we return calls and or emails within 24 hours. Now, rarely, it'll be longer than that if we're trying to get an answer to something or whatever occurs. But generally, that's just a good practice. I do know that is a problem, though, with lawyers not wanting to call their clients back. You have to do it or your staff has to do it, but someone has to keep the client involved and let them know what's going on with the case. One of the ways, now with technology, I think it's even easier than it was before, but no one, really answers their phone anymore. So I suggest if something happens in a case, you just send a quick email to the client. This is what's going on. Please call me if you have any questions. It seems to alleviate a lot of phone traffic and going back and forth. If the client has a question, they can email you back. You're going to have the email. You're not going to forget about the call and not call them back. So we do that. We also text. If it's something that, needs immediate attention, text the client. Say, this is what's happening. Please give us a call or respond. Usually most people get right back to us. So those are the easy ways to do it. Another way that, we have implemented, and I suggest other people implement it, is, calendar 2-week follow-ups on clients that are, involved in the, in the personal injury world. If they're treating with doctors, you're going to need to follow up with them every 2 or 3 weeks anyway to see how their treatment's going and see if they need any help with anything. So that's one, if it's a calendar thing, it's like every 3 weeks you're going to call this client or email them or text them and find out how they're doing. I think that could be applied to all different areas. But let me finish by saying this. It's the client's case. The lawyers and their staff work for the client. So if you're a client and you want to know what's going on, contact your lawyer and ask. I don't think it's unreasonable for a client to contact their attorney's office once a month, whenever that is, the first of the month, 10th, whatever, and say, hey, I haven't spoken to you in about a month. Tell me what's going on. Because if you are the client of a high volume practice, the attorney just doesn't have one case. They may have 50, 100, 200, 500, whatever. You be proactive, ask them what's going on. They should be able to, provide you with a pretty quick answer about what's going on. And that would resolve a lot of issues as well, as if the clients were proactive in contacting their attorneys. I hope that answered your question. If you contact Attorney 911 and we can't help you, we can always find someone who can.
You just learned something new. Attorney 911, the podcast, with attorney Ralph Manginello. We hope you found today's conversation insightful and helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode, and share it with family and friends who might benefit from the things we talk about. A new podcast launches every week. That means you get more legal tips, real-life cases, and expert advice. This is Attorney 911, the podcast.